She loves a night client and he is a pastor. The rain fell in soft sheets against the windows of the dimly lit hotel room. Emily adjusted the strands of her red dress, her usual armor for the night, and waited. She had a rule, no personal details. Clients were clients, and her word thrived on that rule. When the knock came, she opened the door to find a man in his late 30s. He was tall with kind eyes that seemed misplaced in this line of work. He introduced himself as Daniel, his voice soft yet firm. Emily offered her usual cold smile, masking the unease his presence stirred within her. There was something different about him, a warmth that didn't feel the transactional nature of their meeting. They talked for hours that night, barely touching. Daniel asked her about her favorite books, her dreams, and her childhood. His genuine interest disarmed her. For the first time in years, Emily felt seen. Their sessions became weekly. Daniel never pressed for more than conversation, though he always paid generously. He spoke of faith, forgiveness, and hope, themes that felt foreign in Emily's world. Slowly, her walls began to crumble. One evening, after months of meetings, Emily found herself confessing her deepest pain, the death of her mother, the debt that dragged her into this life, and the guilt she couldn't shake. Daniel listened, his eyes filled with empathy. "You are worth more than this, Emily," he said softly. "You deserve a fresh start." His word lingered long after he left. For the first time, she began to believe them. But one day, everything changed. Emily decided to surprise Daniel, hoping to confess her feelings. She followed the address he had once mentioned, a small church on the edge of the town. Her heart raced as she stepped inside the building, filled with congregation and Simon ongoing. Looking up, she froze. She saw him standing at the pulpit, Bible in hand, preaching to the congregation. Her breath caught. Daniel wasn't just any man. He was Pastor Daniel Matthew, known for his outreach programs and sermons on morality. Emily mind spin. This man, her confidant and the source of her newfound hope, was living a double life. The betrayal caught, but so did her confusion. After the service, she waited outside, trembling. When Daniel came out, their eyes met. His face paled. "Emily, you are a pastor," she whispered, her voice breaking. "I never meant to deceive you," Daniel said, his expression a mix of guilt and sorrow. "I wanted to help you, to show you there is more to life than this, but I didn't know how to stop once I started." Tears welled in her eyes. "You lied to me, Daniel. How can I trust anything you have said?" "I didn't lie about what matters," he said, stepping closer. "I care about you deeply, and I want to help you find a better path, not because I am a pastor, but because I believe in you." Emily stared at him, her heart torn between anger and longing. She didn't know if she could forgive him, but she couldn't deny the truth in his words. But it was all confusing for her. She didn't know what to feel at the moment. She looked up and asked, "What really brought you to our quarter as a pastor?" "I actually noticed you when I was out preaching. You might not remember, but I tried preaching to you, but you brushed me off. I always see you at that spot, and I don't know why, but I was led to talk to you no matter what, and the only way to get to you was through this method," he said. Emily looked at him, surprised. Then with a gentle whisper, "Thank you, but let's talk later," she said, leaving. Daniel tried to utter a word, but he felt he should let her be for now, before reaching out to her later. Few days has passed. Both Emily and Daniel has not reached out to each other. Daniel, on his part, grew extremely nervous whenever he wants to reach out to her. Without knowing it, he has fallen deeply in love with Emily and was just discovering his feeling. Emily, on the other hand, missed Daniel a lot, but she was too shy to call him, hoping he would call her. One fateful day, Daniel woke up with a smile on his face. He had a dream. In that dream, he saw Emily in a wedding gown, smiling beside him. He woke up feeling fulfilled. Immediately, he knew that was a sign given to him by God. He immediately called Emily, and she picked up quickly, as if she was waiting for his call. They scheduled a meetup, and their love blossomed from there. Emily dropped her old way of life and decided to follow God completely with her now husband. After a few months of courtship, Daniel proposed and they got married in the church. After 1 year in marriage, they gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl, living happily in love and in God. The end.